FM, waking up with Tayla Andre, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 7. That was so throwback for me. That reminds me of when I was like 6, 7. Shout out to my uncle, shout out to my cousins. I had an amazing weekend with friends. Some of you would say happy Easter, some would say happy resurrection, some of you would say happy spring equinox, whatever you want to call it. Happy family day. I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed it. The friends, the family, the good weather, children running around looking for eggs that are Easter bunny laid, but yet Easter bunnies don't lay eggs because I'll stop. I'll stop. My sisters and brothers and cousins like, really, Tayla? Really? Can you take one day off? Save that for tomorrow. What? You got to educate at all times. There's no time to stop and educate. It has to be continuous. As far as weather is concerned, it's not that cold outside, but it feels decent. It's currently 39 degrees. Today we're looking at a high of 46. Rain throughout the day, low of 40. Tomorrow, high of 52, low of 31, partly cloudy, and wind. Wednesday, high of 58, low of 40, mostly sunny throughout the day. Thursday, high of 67, low of 57, partly windy. Friday, high of 66, low of 43. Rain and wind, and Saturday, high of 55, low of 36, partly cloudy throughout the day, but we all know that's going to alter sometime throughout this week. As far as Alewife is concerned, they are down to 23 miles an hour, which is excellent for this time of day. We have MA9 East down to 13 miles an hour, Jamaica Way down to 25 miles an hour. If you have that Braintree Quincy split, you guys are all good. MA3 South is creeping up at 39 to 41 miles an hour. And then when you hit that split, you're looking at 55 miles an hour until you get into the city. There's a little pocket, accident earlier on Route 1 North at Old Post Road on Walpole Street. This was reported about 9 minutes ago. It's not taking up any traffic. It's not causing any traffic. So anybody coming from that area, you're good to go. As far as news is concerned, I wanted to cover the fact that there were a lot of bombings that took place in Africa. Now, I know Brussels is probably the number one that you guys have been hearing about. Pray for Brussels, pray for Brussels. But there's been a lot of suicide bombers, at least 65 people dead, 300 injured after the Taliban suicide bomber targeted a Christian celebrating Easter in a park in Pakistan. Around 300 people were injured in the attack in the center of Lahore. No terrorist group has yet claimed responsibility for the attack on the park. The city is the heart of the Prime Minister's Nazwa Sharif's political base of Punjab. Punjab launched an ongoing war against the Taliban insurgents in that state. Also, there were a few other ones. I posted it on my page. For if you guys want to stay up to date when we're not on air, I do post a lot. I try and keep you as thoroughly as informed as I possibly can. It's not easy because there's a lot going on in the world. So I'm trying to find these here it is. So after the horrific attack on Brussels, I'd like to make an observation about how major ISIS attacks are reported in the news. March 22nd, 2016, Brussels, 34 were killed. It made headline news. March 20th, in Yemen, 137 killed. No headlines. April 18th, and this is 2015, Afghanistan, 33 killed. No headline. June 26th of 2015, Tanzania. Remember, we reported this on air, but nowhere else was it a headline. 38 killed, no headlines. June 29th, Yemen, 35 killed, no headlines. But the Russia plane crash, 224 killed, that made headlines. A few days sooner, October 15, in Turkey, 97 were killed, no headline. So basically what this post is saying is ISIS is killing more Muslims than any other group. Yes, yet Western news is reporting by highlighting only the West tends to feed the Muslims are against us mentality. Until we understand that this is ISIS against the world, including Muslims, we will not be able to defeat the common enemy. And we do sometimes we make it one-sided. It's them against us, but Muslims are being killed all over the place, all over the world. They're being targeted. I just want you guys to be informed and be able to decipher between what's being pushed at you and what's going on as a whole. Distracted while walking in New Jersey could soon land pedestrians in jail for 15 days if the bill is passed that would ban walking while texting. Proposed distracted walking bill would ban walking while texting. Pedestrians would not be allowed to use their texting devices while walking. They can use hand-free devices on public roads. Violators will face fines up to $50 or 15 days in jail or both. New Jersey Assemblywoman proposed a bill to reduce pedestrian deaths. Similar bills have failed in Arkansas, Illinois, Nevada, and New York. If I may be transparent for a minute, some of y'all don't need to be texting at all unless you are sitting down with nothing to do and you are not moving anywhere, not mobile, in a chair, strapped to that chair. Some of you cannot text and walk. Some of you cannot walk and talk. Some of you don't need to have a phone in the first place, but that's besides the point. I would like to see a pedestrian bill passed, but in this bill, I would like for us to take seriously jaywalking. So as a child, as a teen, as a hard-headed, I'll do what I want individual, I thought jaywalking was the dumbest crime on earth. How do you get a $10 ticket, any type of ticket? How does anybody say anything to you about crossing the street? Now, as an adult, I can understand the effects of some idiot crossing the street in the middle of a green light, which then causes 5 and 6 cars not to get through the green light because you couldn't wait for the traffic light to turn red so you could cross without interfering the rest of traffic. Now, one other thing that I would have to complain about is the fact that when you're taking a right turn, not even on red, when you're taking a right on green, how is it even possible that I'm supposed to take a right-hand turn, but yet the pedestrians are walking back and forth because they have the walk signal? I never understood that. That seems like really dumb engineering. Like, who figured that out? But I'll leave that alone. New Jersey is proposing 15 days in jail, up to $50 fine. We'll see how that turns out. We definitely will follow that story. A girl suicide bomber was arrested with explosives, claimed she is one out of the 276 Nigerian schoolgirls who was abducted by Boko Haram that shocked the world. You guys remember this? When Boko Haram took the Nigerian girls straight out of school. They still haven't found. Over 200 of them are missing. Everybody find our girls, hashtag where's our girls. You guys remember that? Well, this girl, suicide bomber, claims that she's one of the ones that were taken. She was arrested with explosives, and she's like, listen, there's more of us. The girl was abducted by the Islamic militants from Chibok school in April of 2014. Oh my God, that seemed like it was just yesterday. Sources say the girl arrested was carrying explosives and made Chibok claim. Nigerian government working with Cameroon, to bring the girls back to the country. The woman and the man involved in abducting girls movement traveling, they have been arrested and they're still looking for some more of the girls. But if we could please take a minute, I could not imagine being a parent, sending my child to school, and then the school telling me, not even the school telling me, but me reading on the news or learning on the news that my son or my daughter or anybody's child has been taken in April of 2014, and our children are still missing. And, oh, Tayla, that's in Africa. That has nothing to do with us. That's still our children. And if you can't see the bigger picture, then you don't need to be a part of the picture. I'm just being transparent. 276 were taken from school. There's still over 200 that are missing. Can you please, for 5 seconds, Put your prayer power, put your energy into having these girls come home. I don't care if it's one by one sent out with bombs strapped to them and they go straight to the police department like, please get this off me. I just want to go home. I just want these girls to go home and be able to finish their education and live a normal life. If you can ever live a normal life after that. A historical deal will bring $15 an hour minimum wage to California. A statewide $15 minimum wage will soon be a reality in California thanks to a deal made between state legislators and labor unions. Is this a good idea? Yes or no? 617-282-0062. According to reports, which spoke with sources close to negotiators, the first reported story under the deal, the current $10 per hour minimum wage will be increased by 50 cents in 2017, and again another 50 cents in 2018. The minimum wage will be increased by $1 a year until 2022. Businesses with less than 25 employees, however, could wait until 2023 to give workers a $15 an hour minimum wage. In the case of economic downturn, the state governor will be able to temporarily stop some of the increases. Pause. As you know, California, San Francisco is going through the same thing we here in Boston, Massachusetts are going through. It's called gentrification. They're going through the same thing. I don't know if you remember me reading some of the reports, but people were living in shipping containers because the cost of living was entirely too high, and they were still paying $2,000 for a damn shipping container. You don't think for a second that we may need to raise minimum wage here? You don't think for a second that we might have a problem where nobody can live in the city of Boston? We can't. Nobody can live here unless you're making about $75,000 a year. But you know what I was thinking about? I was having a conversation yesterday with family, and one of the things that was brought up was whoever's ready to be a homeowner can leave the city and buy a house now. Since they're flocking into the city, you can now move outside the city, get your child a wonderful education, pay some property tax, and be a homeowner. Since they don't want to be homeowners, they want to live in the city, they want to rent condos and own condos and live in apartments. That's perfectly fine. Let them have it. This was a conversation that I had yesterday. Let them have it. Shoot. Now, y'all out here that want to buy a house, go move to suburbia, get that good education for your children, and become a homeowner. Add some equity to your life. But what if I don't want to move? What if I don't want to leave? What if I've lived here my whole life? I shouldn't have to leave. I get it. We have a call on the line, 617-282-0062. Good rising, caller, you live.
Hey, good rising, Tayla. How's it going?
Super fantastic. How are you?
Good. Just calling in about this topic that you're talking about right now with the $15 an hour minimum wage in California. I was in California maybe about a decade ago, and it was actually San Francisco. And the difference between rich and poor over there is night and day. You literally cross the street, and one part you would be in the rundown part of San Francisco. You see a lot of the homeless people out here is nothing compared to the homelessness that's out in California. I mean, you see them lined up for the soup kitchens. You walk across the street, they're sleeping, on the floor and whatever. And we think we have a homeless problem here is nothing compared to what they're going through. And this was 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about right now. This is what I saw 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So everybody wants to be, $10 an hour, $15 an hour is good, but okay. At one part it's good because you get paid more money, but guess what? Now that cost of living is going to go up because you think that $15 an hour is not going to get you the same as it could have gotten you before the minimum wage went up. Because that's all they base it on. They base basically your income, what you can get by the income or the cost of living. So when they raise the minimum wage, guess what? Everything else is going to raise. Now rent is going to be more expensive, so you're still going to get that $15 an hour. It's still going to get you the same exact thing as that $10 an hour was getting. They just want to make it look good on his $15 an hour. I'm not saying they shouldn't do it because if you're working for minimum wage, you want to get paid as much as you can. But at the other end of it, you're not going to get any more for that money. That money's still going to get you the exact same thing. People just don't realize it.
It looks good on paper, but after you take those taxes out and after you actually factor it, because what a lot of us have been doing is we've been living as if we make $15 an hour. When it comes to our credit cards, when it comes to our spending and our saving habits, we act as if we've been making $15 an hour, even though we've been making 10.
Yeah. The way I look at it is like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to wait for you to tell me how much you're going to pay me. If you're not paying me what I think I deserve or what I think I should be getting paid, I'm just going to keep trying and striving and try to figure out a way to make more money. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you're never going to pay me what I think I deserve or what I know I should get paid. You're always going to, you know what I'm saying, give me loose change. You're never going to give me what I'm really worth. So,
and that's why we need to focus our children on vocational schools. That's why we need to focus our children on trade. That's why we need to, when they come straight out of school, they need to be able to do something with their hands that can make them money instantly. So they're not going to somebody else's job, making money for that company and not putting anything in their own pockets. Aside from that, we have, thank you, baby. I love and appreciate you. Hope you have an awesome day today. We have an anonymous message over here that says wages need to increase instantly, not gradually. Otherwise, by the time it gets to the target number, the cost of living will have then bypassed it. Again, 2022 is when that's when that $15 an hour actually kicks in. We won't have California won't have that $15 an hour until 2022. By 2022, $100,000 a year is going to be made by the associate's degree holder. You don't believe me? Look at the reports that the city just found. It's all in the Wake Up with Tayla Andre page. I'll find it and repost it for you. But they're saying that by the time in the next 3 years, all the jobs in the city, you're going to have at least a bachelor's degree. Or if you're an entry-level position holder, because some of these corporations and companies coming in are going to need entry-level positions, you're still going to be making $35,000 a year. So it's a slippery slope. It is a very, very slippery slope that we are currently on, and wages have not increased in years. I want to say since the 70s, that's when they halted the wages of increase, but yet the cost of living has continuously gone up. I'll find a bar graph that I found earlier this year that shows how our elders used to live, how they were able to buy a home and have 2 cars, or buy a house and have a home and have money put away for savings and have a nest egg and have retirement packages and investments and everything else. But yet today we're unable to do that. Even in a 2-parent household, people are still struggling. There are people that are in 2-parent households that with 1 child, 2 child, that have great jobs, great educations, are trying to pay off student loans, but still have to apply for food stamps, are still looking for handouts from the government after they've busted their A-double snakes and still can't get it, still can't get right, still can't make ends meet. So please don't judge a book by its cover just because you see that blue card. Half of us are in envy of that blue card. We have another call on the line, 617-282-0062. Good rising, caller, you're live.
A good rising, Tayla.
How are you, my love?
I'm fine. Everything's peaceful, fantastic. So, the topic is very touchy. So, like on my part, I'm like, what I'm seeing is a major problem for some of us. You know what I'm saying? Is having children when you're not really financially in place. You know what I'm saying? A lot of certain people, shouldn't be bearing children, really. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just another mouth you have to feed. That's one of the major problems why everybody's begging for a higher inflation. But if you look at it, the prices of things ain't really that bad. If you're a single person like me, I'm single, I ain't got no children. It's like $15 an hour is great for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm smooth. So I'm looking at it like, if I have a child right now, I have another mouth to feed. If I have another mouth to feed. If I had like a girlfriend or a wife, that's another mouth I gotta feed. That's cool too. So mom, my wife's gonna do what she gotta do to feed herself. But you gotta clean your kids in this time. But back in the day, people could control and budget because they weren't ignorant and, not conscious of what was going on. So they were able to maintain. When I watched my mom, take care of me and my brother through the, trials and tribulations of the 70s, it's like she maintained, and we're alive, we're here.
Hold on, you're a man over 30, single with no kids. We might have to do a dating show on you, boo.
But it's good for me because, men, we go long, 60 years old. I got a man that just, one of my older friends that's 60 years old, just had a child, you know what I'm saying? So, men, we could go on forever. Jay-Z, wait until he's almost 50 to have a child. We don't have to rush these things. But women tend to rush these things and these situations evolve where you got to feed these children. And you need to make at least $20 an hour now. In whose society, not our society. So, stop it. You know what I'm saying? Really, stop pushing out these kids that you can't feed. You know what I'm saying? First, get your stuff instated, your finances instated, your housing instated, everything like that. That's what I'm doing. I ain't going to push out a kid to this world when I'm not even ready to feed him and, get some extra meal. It's crazy. Now you got to go on EBT, all these things. But, yeah, even if you are working, that might still happen. But still, you still got to budget your stuff right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I guess
I got you, baby. I got you. But one of the things I would like to say is I hope your wife isn't putting your child on Infamil, and I hope she breastfeeds. When that day comes, just give it a second thought as far as those nutrients are concerned, and don't cut the umbilical cord right away. Let all the nutrients drain out of it until it looks black. And that's why our baby's umbilical cords don't heal immediately, because we cut it so soon. So I'll leave that right there really quickly. We have another caller on the line, 617-282-0062. Good Rising Caller, you're live.
Good morning, Tayla. How are you today?
I'm super fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing okay. So I was listening to what you were putting out there today, and I understand how hard it is for people out there to, raise a family, make ends meet, save for retirement. I'm a single parent, 2 teenage boys. Their food bill alone is astronomical. However, when you raise the minimum wage to a level of $15 an hour, you now start to eliminate jobs and experience programs for teenagers who are going to be graduating high school and may need that job in order to get through some parts of college. And they won't be able to obtain those anymore because no employer is going to want to spend $15 an hour on a kid with no experience and no real education yet.
Yeah.
And that's kind of an obstacle, and that's sort of the way the business approaches and looks at this situation. I'm not saying that that's right. Definitely not saying that. But, however, the minimum wage was a stepping stone. You were never meant to stay there. You were meant to push yourself. You were meant to have some drive, and you were meant to better your station in life. And a minimum wage was a stepping stone job so that you could gain experience, and then you could go on and become a more skilled worker, possibly a more educated worker, and then you would be providing more value to either a company or society in general.
That's very true. When you're right, you're right. I'm not going to argue with you when you're right.
Do I think it needs to be more? Absolutely. As a single parent of 2 teenage boys, absolutely. I mean, I went to college, I make a decent wage, and I see people struggle, and to me it hurts. It's one of the reasons why at my company we do what's called a day of service, and we go in, whether it's to Rosie's Place or the Greater Boston Food Bank, and we keep a volunteer day, and that's part of our required of the year for our company. That's part of our requirement. That's our growth expectation on our review. So I do think it needs to be more, but there is also a second side to that, and people were never meant to stay at minimum wage. You were meant to push yourself, and you were meant to have some drive. And I'm not saying that this is for everybody, but there are people out there who lack drive and don't want to push themselves to be better. And they're, I guess, complacent would be a good word to use. And that's not necessarily on who sets the minimum wage. That's on the person who doesn't want to better where they are in life.
And I totally agree, but I do go back to the bar graph that I've read in the article that was attached, that was talking about how wages were stifled back in the 70s and 80s and 90s, while CEOs and executive directors were getting hundreds of thousands of dollars. The workers themselves weren't seeing any of that income. So we do have a disconnect between what the worker is making and what the CEO or the executives, or, we saw the banking industry, billion-dollar jets taking trips all over the world at the expense of the taxpayer. So I think that's a great conversation. We're actually getting a little bit into Power Hour that we can discuss at a later date. But, for the most part, you're absolutely right when it comes to drive, and when it comes to, minimum wage isn't supposed to be where you're supposed to stay at. You're supposed to grow from there. And that's coming out of high school, being a child, your first, second job, maybe. But after that, it's time to grow up and get, real wages. But that's another conversation for another day. I definitely appreciate you. Thank you for calling.
Thank you. You have a great day, Tayla.
You as well. So I have an amazing guest today for Motivational Monday. Absolutely amazing, beautiful inside and out. Just this time last year, she was 100 pounds heavier. She went vegan, and now she is gorgeous. This is the size that I really want to be. So for all of my ladies, for all of my men who are battling with their weight, who are battling with healthy eating, that are battling with trying to figure out what nutrients am I supposed to be putting into my body, today is the day that the Lord hath made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. We're going to learn about what it means to be a vegan, what it means to be a health nut, and what it means to just want to get healthy for self and not trying to get healthy for another person, or because love and hip hop make you feel insignificant, or because everybody on Instagram is half naked, but for real, true purpose. And that is to make yourself a better person, a healthier mom or father, so you can be out here longer for your children, be able to interact with them. We have Kiera on the line. Good rising, my queen. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm super fantastic. I have to say that I've been through your Instagram photos and your Facebook page, and I love your message. I hate how you make it seem so easy, girl. How you do that?
Let me assure you that it has not been easy. This has been by far one of the hardest things that I've ever done, but it has been worth it, and I would not change one thing, and I would do it all over again if I had to.
So let's start from a year ago, or maybe a little bit over a year ago. So you were 100 pounds heavier. Do you mind if we tell your weight?
Oh, that's fine. I started off at 288 pounds. I'm currently now 177 pounds, and I feel amazing.
So 288 pounds. How tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
5'9", 288. So on that little chart that says your age and your height, how much are you supposed to weigh? Like 122?
No, I'm supposed to weigh 167 to have a normal BMI, so that's actually what I'm shooting for right now.
Okay, that works. So 167 is your normal weight for 5'9". And over the course of a few months, 10 months, I read, 10 months, you lost 100 pounds. Before even stepping foot on thinking about a diet, what were the things that you were eating, and what were your go-to foods, your comfort foods?
Oh my goodness. I was anything creamy or cheesy. Like it was anything that had cheese or just not good for me. And I don't know why. It was just called me. So that's what I'll go to.
Boo, we must be sisters. We must be soul sisters, because I can make one of the best macaroni and cheese. I'll kill you with lasagna. If it includes cheese, I am all over it. Crackers and cheese, eggs and cheese. Listen, cheese was its own food, is its own food group for me. I'll be transparent. I'll be honest today. Cheese is a food group for me. Butter is its own food group. Bread is a food group. And you should have these things on a regular basis, daily, if it can be. How did you get yourself, because you're currently a vegan, and vegans don't eat cheese.
Literally any animal products at all.
How do you do butter, baby? Like, butter's amazing. How do you do without butter?
I don't. I mean, this was something that I had to do. So I've tried thousands of diets and everything. Nothing.
I'm having a problem right now.
Something that was going to be a lifestyle, something I could stick to. And I just researched and researched, and I was like, you know what? This might be it. And once I tried it, and when I started feeling, I instantly felt great. Like 3 to 5 days later, I just felt lighter on my feet. I had no migraines, nothing. I felt amazing. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going back. And I haven't gone back since then, since March 1st of 2015. I haven't cheated or anything.
Hold on, how you didn't cheat?
Now, when people ask me about cheating, they'll say, so you haven't slipped just a little piece of meat? No, I have not slipped a little piece of meat.
Baby, how'd you do that?
It wouldn't make me vegan anymore. I mean, I had a goal, and I'm telling you, I'm 100% committed to what I was trying to do. So I knew that I couldn't cheat. Because to be very honest with you, I look at what I was going through, my food addiction. I looked at that like any other addiction. And just like with other addictions, if you go back to it, you can relapse. So that's what I was scared of. I was scared of going back and trying those foods that I like for it relapsing. So I'm not going to do it.
Okay. All right. So you just made it sound entirely too easy. You ain't never cheat. You stayed strictly to your diet. I need to know, how did you go from being a cheese lover to not eating cheese at all?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, because the day before I started, I think I prayed harder than I've ever prayed in my life, because I knew that I could not get through this by myself. But I also knew that I had 2 daughters who deserve a healthy mom, a fit mom, an active mom. So therefore, I couldn't, I just could not go back. Once I started, I was like, Kira, you got to stick to this. Your girls deserve it. Every time I felt like I wanted to cheat, I would instantly go back to my journal that I kept in the beginning. Had all my reasons of why I needed to get healthy, why I wanted to get healthy, and my goals and everything. I constantly went back to these things and kept them in front of me so that I wouldn't fall off. It wasn't easy. I know that I'm making it sound so easy. I promise you it was not easy, but I had to do it. I didn't have a choice.
So what, you said the night before you prayed harder than you've ever prayed before. Before that actual decision of needing prayer, what brought you to that breaking point? Was it not being able to fit a certain pair of jeans? Was it looking in the mirror? Was it going to an event and not being able to fit a dress? Like, what brought you to that point? Because we all say it. We're going to lose weight. We're on a new diet, new year, new me. I'm trying this new lifestyle. What actually was the breaking point for you? Because if you at 288, you had to have been comfortable with self. You had to have love yourself enough. Like, I am who I am, 288, and what, you were still fly then, boo. Like,
my breaking point was one night I was sitting at home and I started having pains in my chest, and I was scared to death. Like, I was literally scared to death. Both of my daughters were asleep. I went into the room. I kissed both my children. I went to the hospital, and I'm thinking they're going to tell me that I'm having a heart attack or something. I was actually having a panic attack. I was having an anxiety attack. And from there, not only was that I had anxiety, I was suffering from depression. I was suffering from migraines. It was just like, I was having so many ailments, and I didn't know what to do. So I said, it has to be weight related. I've got to do something about it. And when I did it, I hadn't suffered from any depression. I haven't suffered from any anxiety. I have not had migraines. Everything is gone. So that was it.
And you make it, Kiara, I go back to the fact that you make it seem so easy. I have every day, I'm going to be so transparent. Every day, I'm in here starting my diet, starting with an apple, starting with an orange, starting with bananas. But then I get home, and that egg and cheese burrito with some turkey bacon, and that starts calling my name. And then I'm starting thinking about dinner, and maybe some shrimp Alfredo will be good. And these are all, again, cheesy, creamy foods. I'm in that same boat as you were. I can't imagine my life without chicken parmesan. I can't imagine my life with, and I can cook, girl. You know, fat girls can cook, and I can cook all day. I can't imagine what my life would be like without chicken cutlets with mashed potatoes, or even a steak, a really good steak with some onions and peppers. Like, how do you go from eating all of this, what we believe to be rich protein foods, to saying, listen, I can get my protein from being a vegan. I don't need to eat this dead flesh.
It goes back to willpower. It goes back to willpower to be.
I don't have any.
Like, I couldn't imagine at that time either being without those cheesy, creamy foods, but I also could not imagine my children growing up without their mom. So I had to say, well, what's more important to me? And those two little girls were what's more important to me. So I had to do it. I know I'm making it sound so easy, but that honestly is it. You've got to get your mind. It's 90% mental. This whole thing is mental. So once you get your mind there, you just have to go out there, and once you realize that you are the only one person who has full control over this journey, you can't blame anyone else for your failure. No one else can take credit for your success. Then you just do it. You just do it. Like, you just have to step out there and just do it. You have to do something different if you want to experience something different.
Okay. What about as far as you being 288 pounds, did you notice that people treated you differently or reacted differently towards you when you were heavier than how they do now?
I'm not going to say I've never experienced like any blatant form of discrimination or anything like that. But as far as how I felt, I personally felt inadequate. Like I was always self-conscious. I always felt like someone was looking at me, or even if someone was laughing, they didn't have to be laughing at me. I felt like they were laughing at me. I was constantly adjusting my clothes, or, just not wanting to be in large groups of people. But now it's like, I'm out, me and my girls, we're going to the mall, we're moving around, just doing things that I've been missing. Like, I've been missing these things my whole adult life. And I'm finally like living and experiencing life right now. And it's cool. It's cool.
Let me ask you a question. Have you put on a bathing suit yet?
Oh my gosh, I put on a bathing suit, but I will not let anyone see me in it yet.
What? Baby, you went from 288 to 170. Come on.
I know, but I'm not ready for the bathing suits yet. I put on a dress. You saw my pictures of my dress, like, that's big for me. I haven't put on a dress in years, especially a dress that like fits me. Years.
So can I ask you a personal question? This is a very personal question for me. So I am very self-conscious. I have a fupa. You know what a fupa is, right?
Okay.
We're not gonna say it on air, but I have a fupa, and I noticed in one of your pictures it looked as if you had one too. How does that disappear? Or because I've lost weight before and still had a fupa like that went nowhere. How did you get rid of yours? Because now you have like a beautiful flat stomach, and my fupa came after I gave birth to my son. So I had 2 C-sections, which completely, my scar tissue is ruined as of now. But how did you go through that motion and lose that weight in those? The love handles, the fupa area, that's the fat over your girl area, that stomach pouch that a lot of us women have that had children. And I noticed you were able to keep a little lady lump in the back. So I'm wondering, were there techniques that you used, or, how did you just become a vegan, or did you become a fitness vegan?
I became a fitness vegan. I became a vegan for health. So yes, with my diet, I did incorporate exercise daily. I encourage everyone to move daily, at least 30 to 45 minutes. You don't have to run. You don't have to go to a gym, but you need to put some music on and get moving. You need to do something every day. As far as getting rid of those areas, I don't know exactly which exercises work, but I would tell you the ones that I do regularly, which I hula hoop. I hula hoop every day almost. I squat to keep that lump in the back. I do a lot of squats. And I do a lot of cardio.
Okay.
Elliptical and running.
Treadmills, elliptical, and running. So we're currently on Periscope right now. We have V from Tennessee. He said that going vegan is the best thing that we can do, but it probably would be one of the hardest things for him to do considering he loves barbecue so much. So how do you deal with, going around family events or the summertime's coming up and heading over to barbecues and everybody's eating barbecue chicken, some ribs, some turkey links or sausages? How do you not eat that? It smells amazing. Don't you miss it? Don't you miss bacon?
Oh yeah, I mean everything smells good, and yes, I'm like, oh, that smells real good. I mean, of course, but that has probably been the toughest thing on this journey, is being able to make sure that I always have something to eat wherever I'm at. Thankfully, Whole Foods is awesome.
They don't pay us.
They offer mock chopped barbecue here in North Carolina. I don't know if they have it there. They have chopped barbecue. They have vegan chicken salad. They have all those things that I loved before, but vegan alternative. And you can find vegan alternatives for anything. When you go to restaurants, you just ask them. I'll say, do you have any vegan options? Or what are my options? I'm vegan, or something like that. Everyone always has something that I can eat. Yes, I had to give up certain things, but you can always find a vegan option for whatever it is that you like that was not vegan.
Girl, my grandma makes this cheesecake with about 18 pounds of cream cheese.
And cheesecake.
Macaroni and cheese.
They have vegan macaroni and cheese. And matter of fact, there's because I work very closely with the chef, and he was constantly telling me, well, you can do this, you can do that, because I was asking the same question.
Oh.
When I first started, I was more of a raw vegan. Like, I would eat a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables because I was scared that I was making the wrong choice. I didn't know what to eat, really. As I was going along in the process, when I really started to learn the different types of foods that I could eat. So, but yeah, macaroni and cheese, yes, you can make it vegan. Cheesecake, you can make it vegan. What else?
She said, what else? Hold on. Chicken Alfredo.
We're going to make it vegan, yes.
How? How do you make that cheesy, scrumptious goodness out of vegan? Cashews.
Cashew cheese. It doesn't sound as appetizing as regular cheese, but it's tasty. Just give it a try.
Hold on, boo. Hold on. Time out. You know how when your mama say, here, taste it tastes good. And it tastes disgusting. Is that what cashew cheese tastes like? It's like, oh, taste it tastes good.
No, and I'm funny with
I'm scared
too. So I was like trying like the different types of cheeses and stuff. I was like, okay, no, that doesn't really taste like cheese. But Daya, I don't know if you ever heard of that. That's the name of the company who makes they make like sliced cheese. It actually melts, it stretches, does everything a regular cheese does, and it's good.
So really quickly, I would like to go through the process. Because I'm a stalker, went back a few weeks, months, years on your Instagram, and you journaled, video journaled, and picture journaled your entire weight loss online. First and foremost, I have to say congratulations, because I would have felt some type of way about putting myself out there. How did you make that decision to say, listen, this is me, this is transparency, stretch marks, fupa, it all. Take a look at it.
Look, because as I was looking around, I see a lot of people who had lost weight. Like I just saw, but I saw a lot of after pictures, and I saw a lot of before and after pictures, but I didn't see a lot of people who were transparent and that allowed you to see their journey. And that was my goal in the beginning. I said I wanted to be transparent. I wanted people to be able to watch me transform before their eyes. so that they know that this is real and that it can be done. And now it's like the response is crazy. I'm so excited. People are telling me that they're trying vegan, or they're at least doing meatless Monday or something. I just think it's amazing.
Okay.
It's awesome.
Okay. So that's a great start. I think that's an amazing start for those who can't just go cold turkey and say, listen, I give up ribs. Meatless Monday. So again, a little bit of transparency. It's Orthodox fasting season. They fast for, I think it's 53 days. And this was supposed to start 2 weeks ago. Girl, do you know I mess up this vegan? You're not supposed to have any meat, no meat byproduct. It's strictly for 53 days. You're supposed to go vegan. And this is the Orthodox Christians fast. And I failed. I have not had 1 day of a successful fast this year. Last year, I did really good. I want to say out of the 53 days, I may have cheated about 15, maybe 20. But that, for me, that was amazing. That was what? I had any days vegan. And this year, I've really been slacking. So on those days of motivation or lacking motivation, those rainy days when you just want to sit in the house and eat popcorn and macaroni and cheese and lasagna and shrimp Alfredo and everything else that has cheesy bread in the middle of the word, how did you say, listen, we're not picking up this ice cream because, again, that's animal byproduct. We're not eating this ice cream. We're not going to go to the supermarket and buy the stuff that we know we shouldn't have. How do you overcome those urges, especially if you're having a bad day, you're feeling really depressed, you want that comfort food?
I have people who are watching me as far as not just, I'm not speaking of just social media, I'm talking about within my home. Again, I mean, I keep going back to it, but that's because they are so important to me. And it's,
why?
They watched me. I don't know if you saw my oldest daughter's video.
I didn't see the video.
She's watched me in this whole thing. And now, like, she honestly feels like she can do anything she puts her mind to. Like, I can't backslide. I keep on. This is it right here. I'm about to give it to everybody, and this is the secret. This is the secret to success. You have to make sure that your reason for wanting to be successful on any journey, whether it's your weight loss journey or whatever, make sure your reason means more to you than anything in this world, and you will not fail. My kids mean more to me than anything in this world. I cannot fail. I won't fail, and I didn't fail. So that's the secret right there.
Secret to success, y'all. I hope you heard it. We currently have a caller on the line. We have some anonymous questions as well as some questions coming from Periscope. We're going to take this call now, 617-282-0062. If you want to follow her on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, if you want to see some of the before and after pictures, head over to TaylaAndre, or you can head over to her personal page that is HEYKEYRAH. That's correct? We got that right? Yes. 617-282-0062, the Rising Collie Alive.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Super fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing good. I was gonna say like you can eat meat, but don't tell me eat organic meat.
He said, as far as not eating meat and going vegan, instead of just eating any type of meat, make the choice to switch over to organic meat.
Well, for me, being vegan, I chose to be vegan because I needed something drastic. I needed a big change. So with being vegan, we don't eat. This is the way I explain it to people because they say, well, what does it mean to be vegan? We don't eat anything that has a face or a mama. That's how I say it.
Hold on, time out, boo. So you don't even eat fish? You don't eat shrimp? You're not a pescatarian at all?
I'm not a pescatarian. I was a pescatarian. I was a vegetarian before, but no, I'm an extremist now. I'm a vegan.
Did you take those gradual steps?
I was a pescatarian for about 2 years, but that wasn't necessarily a step leading me to be vegan. It was just something I chose to do at that time. Then I just, the way I operate is cold turkey. A lot of people operate like that. You just got to pretty much go out and do it and get it done and keep it moving. like I can't ease myself into something because I'm going to keep on saying, okay, I got one more day.
Uh-huh.
And so many times we say we're going to start tomorrow, or so many times we say we're going to start Monday, and how many Mondays, how many tomorrows have passed?
Listen, you're not going to sit here and judge me. Don't judge me.
Tomorrows and Mondays have passed. You just got to do it. There is no right time. You just got to do it.
All or nothing. You know what? And I definitely understand. Some of us are all or nothing. We have to go hard or go home. But some of us need that gradual step. And they're like, hey, you know, baby, you kind of cheated because you were pescatarian for some years. So you were able to take that meat out of your diet gradually. Other than going cold turkey, going vegan, what steps would you suggest for our listeners that are like, listen, I can't just quit cold turkey. I've been eating meat for 37 years of my life. Don't think I can just wake up tomorrow and not eat meat. What steps would you suggest for others to take that can't do that cold turkey?
Right, and I understand that, you know, there are people who still want to have meat in their diet, and that's absolutely fine because that's what we offer at Healthy Homies. We offer plans for people who want to keep meat as well. I would just suggest increase your water intake. You should be drinking at least half your body weight in ounces daily. Increase your activity. You need to be moving every day. I know people say you can take days off and you only have to work 3 days a week or something like that. No, ma'am. No, sir. You need to be getting your body moving every single day and make good choices. If you have to ask yourself if it's okay, more than likely it's probably not okay. So just make better choices and be conscious about the food that you're eating or what's going in your body. You don't have to cut everything out.
She said,
you need to make good choices.
You do have to make better choices. So I have an anonymous message over here that says that I went to her Instagram page, and at one point she has 210, 209, 208. Are these every day she's losing a pound? And if so, how did she do it?
Not at all. If you look at the dates underneath, sometimes I could have been stuck. I've been stuck at a certain weight for like 2 weeks at a time or 3 weeks at a time. I've hit plateaus, but no, it was not every day. You have to go, if you click on the picture, you can see the dates that it was posted.
What was the hardest weight for you? Where did you plateau at and you just couldn't get over that hump?
I think it was 208. I believe it was 208. That was the first time I ever even thought about reaching out to like a trainer or something. That was the time that I started to feel like I was getting a little discouraged.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, maybe this is my natural weight. And I'm like, no, there's no way in the world that 200 plus is still my natural weight. Like this just can't be right. So what I did is I went on a 3-day detox where I was eating strictly fruits, veggies, and drinking my water, getting my exercise in. I was doing a lot of building and burning at the same time, which is cardio mixed with a little bit of weight. And what that does is it builds your muscle, but burns fat at the same time. And that's how I got through that plateau. Thank God.
I see. I understand. So there's tricks to the trade. We all can do it. If she can do it, we can do it. For those that are just now tuning in, we have Kira Lee on the line. She started her journey in March 1st, 2015, and she called My Journey to Health. She was 288 pounds and scared that she was slowly killing herself and decided to take her life back. She feels 10 years younger, and she is currently a vegan. If you have any questions, because I can only imagine some of us that have been on diets and lifestyle changes and everything else that, you're out here trying, but it hasn't been that successful. So if you have any questions, please give her a call, because I know I do. Why March 1st? What made that day the day that you wanted to begin? March 1st, 2015. And again, in 1 year, because this is the end of March, in 1 year she has lost over 111 pounds.
March 1st, I'm going to tell you why March 1st was significant, because it goes back to what we just said before, because I wasn't waiting till the next Monday I wasn't gonna wait no more. And that evening, what was it, February 28th? It was 28 days last year. Yeah, the night before March 1st, I was just like, I gotta do it. So I prayed, and then with that, I was like, you get me through this. I'm gonna use everything in me to help the next person, and that's what I'm trying to do now. That's what I'm doing with my Facebook and my Instagram. That's why it's so open, and I'm so free to let people see, you know, my stomach and all that stuff.
And that's why you're so free, because you're trying to help the next person. I don't know if I could expose myself like that. I'm a nudist, but there's some things I try and keep to myself. DL, hold on, you're a nudist too?
Oh, a little bit.
You know what? Maybe I no judgment. I'm a full-blown nudist. DL on Facebook asks, what does she have to say about the deficiencies from not eating meat, poultry, as 4 to 5 vegans that I know are consistently sick and don't think that it's a coincidence? Granted, the food we eat is not the freshest nowadays, but what about iron deficiencies or any other deficiencies that you've noticed from your personal experience with this lifestyle change?
I personally am not deficient in anywhere. I mean, I haven't experienced any of that. I hear a lot of people talking about protein and stuff like that, but you can get protein and things like that from other sources. Anything you can get from a non-vegan diet, you can get it in a vegan diet, just not animal products. So, I mean, I'm perfectly fine. I am healthy. I am healthier than I have been since I was in 9th grade. I'm serious. I mean, a lot of people ask those questions, and I sit there and I'm like, I know it's coming, but I'm perfectly healthy. And I eat enough fruits, veggies, beans, lentils. I eat enough to make sure that I keep myself healthy.
And what are some of the supplements, instead of getting your protein from chicken or getting your protein from fish? And you're not a pescatarian at all, you're full vegan, so there is no salmon in your diet or tuna in your diet. So where exactly do you get these nutrients that we believe you can only get from meat?
Right, you peanut butter, peanuts, beans, spinach, lentils, just vegetables in general. But yeah, peanut butter has a lot of protein. So, I mean, I supplement. I've always been kind of a picky eater. Although I like those cheesy, creamy foods, I was still picky. So it's not like I was eating a whole bunch of crazy stuff before. It's just now I'm just eating vegan, but I'm trying to incorporate things to keep me with energy and things like that. I'm sorry, my mind is all over the place.
That's okay. You're okay. So again, you guys, I want you to take a look at her Instagram page. Her Facebook page is HEYKEYRAH. And just take a look at some of these pictures and understanding that if she can do it, you can do it. I can't tell you how I've been excited but scared at the same time. I'm excited because I want the growth that you have, the weight loss, 100 pounds in 10 months. I think that would be absolutely amazing. It would fit me so well. I think I would go full-blown nudist, after losing the weight in which I want to lose. But baby, how? I'm looking at your page and it's just every day it's another pound that's gone, and every day it's food that I'm like, hold on, but I want the foods that I miss. I want, you have stuff over here, you're eating kale, and I'm like, no, I want a real sandwich. This sandwich over here looks like you might be hungry afterwards. How do you deal with the fact that, I'm serious, you look like you might want a meal?
Serious. I know you didn't, but see now, like that's how I eat. In the beginning, I understand, but you can use tools like Pinterest, YouTube. You can reach out to different chefs and things of that nature who can give you, if you're into like cooking those fun and fancy meals. See, I'm simple.
I'm 215 pounds.
So, like,
so I have a good 60
mushrooms
pounds
with,
to melt
people
off.
think it's so nasty, but it's like my go-to meal. My mushrooms with my grapes, and I cook them with a little teeny bit of, just a little bit of olive oil, and it's good. Like, that's how I eat now. I had to retrain my taste buds.
Listen, I had somebody call me yesterday about your damn grapes and mushrooms. Somebody said, Tayla, what guest you got on tomorrow that want to make a meal out of grapes and mushrooms? I'm done. I'm not listening. Tell me about this grapes and mushroom and how this is.
Oh, so you're going to talk about my grapes and mushrooms? Okay.
Listen, I didn't do it. Somebody called me about these grapes and mushrooms. Somebody was like, Tayla, have you seen the damn grapes and mushrooms? I can't be no vegan if that's what I got to eat.
You don't have to eat that. That's just me. I just like what I like, so therefore I put stuff together that I think tastes good. And I like the mushrooms. I like grapes. So I said, you know what, let me try to put the mushrooms
Lord
together.
have
And I liked
mercy.
it. So now it's my go-to because it's easy.
Girl, well, God bless you. You know what? I'm not going to knock it before I try it. I'm going to let somebody else try it, and they can tell me how it worked for them. So going from pescatarian for 2 years and then going into vegan, for those who don't know, what exactly is a pescatarian, what is a vegan, and what is a vegetarian? Because there's different labels that mean different things.
Okay, well, first I want to clear up. Yes, I was pescatarian for 2 years prior to being vegan, but I had completely just started eating a regular diet for it had been at least 8 to 9 months before that time. So that's the first thing. But pescatarian is you still eat fish or seafood.
That's going to be me.
Don't eat any other meats. Vegetarian, you just don't eat meat, you still eat animal products. And vegan, you don't eat any animal products at all.
What about tofu? I have a message over here about tofu looks disgusting. I can't even picture myself eating it. How do you do meat supplements or meat alternatives?
All right, tofu, I'm going to be honest. I'm not a big just tofu out the pack.
Good.
Girl, it has to be done a certain way. Like I have my mock chicken salad that I get from Whole Foods, and that's made with tofu, but it's seasoned and it's good. They also, Walmart, you go into their freezer section, they have a nice little small section. Of course, it's tiny, but they have meatless crumbles and stuff like that you can.
We're learning about being vegan.
And
I'm trying. It's hard as hell.
That you can use for your taco salad. So there are a lot of options.
Okay. So we have some questions over here. I have a question over here from Anonymous who said 617-282-0062. You guys feel free to give us a call if you have any questions for Kiara. I definitely have occupied most of the conversation with my own personal questions, but weight loss has been a challenge. As far as weight loss is concerned, I'm Oprah, where I could be my weight that I want to be, and then the next season I done ate everything that I wanted to eat, hibernated a little bit, gained a little 70 pounds, and then went back to my normal weight. My weight has fluctuated, I want to say, all of my life. And I have considered going vegan. I have considered, so this is a lot of transparency for me today. Somebody asked me, Tayla, do you even have 100 pounds to lose? I'll be 100% honest. I am 5'3" and I weigh over 200 pounds. It just fits me well. But I would love to have my arms back so I'm not doing that double wave where your hands waving and your arms waving at the same damn time. I would like to have control over my body parts, which I currently do not. But one of the questions over here asks about your ability to lose that much weight. And if you have noticed, I think you answered this question already, or did you notice any health changes immediately? Or as far as your health is concerned, what changes have you seen, positive or negative, after making the switch?
The biggest thing for me was the migraines, because that's something that was affecting me. It was bothering me. I honestly thought that I had an aneurysm or something. It was in the back of my head, and it was constant. But since I changed my diet, and within a week, I'm telling you, it was gone. So that was the biggest thing for me, like as far as health-wise.
I have a question over here. Somebody's looking at the picture where you're in your old pants and they're too big for you. What size were you before? What size are you now? And what is your goal weight or your goal size?
Okay, I don't necessarily have a goal size, but those pants were size 18. I can fit an 11.
Wow.
Now, but I'm thinking I might be able to get into a 9-10. We're gonna see though.
Hey.
It's 167 because I want a normal BMI. I've never had a normal BMI in my entire life, so I'm going for it.
For those who don't know, what is a BMI?
A body mass index, how much you are supposed to weigh for your height.
You know what? On that chart, I'm supposed to be like 115 on that chart. But based on my height and my age, I'm supposed to be like 115, 105. I think that chart is a lie.
You said you think it's a lie?
I would look like a crackhead if I was 115 pounds. Like somebody would feed me. Somebody would take me out to eat and feed me if they saw me at 115.
Well, you know what your natural weight is as you start losing weight. Like even now, I keep saying I'm going for 167, but to be honest, if I don't get to 167, if my body just says, you know what, Kira, that's enough, then I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. I mean, I'm okay right now. I mean, I'm super proud of myself, so I'm okay with where I'm at right now. It's just a goal that I had.
What would you say to the people that say, that body mass index, it wasn't really made for us. It wasn't made for our body type. It wasn't made, it's not for you. And I think it's complete mess. And I can't understand why you would hold yourself to a standard of beauty or a BMI that really doesn't necessarily portray what you're supposed to be. It's just somebody wrote it down and we're over here aiming for it.
Mm-hmm. And I said the same thing. I was like, that's not made for me. That's not made for us because we have a little more curves and this and that and all that. But I'm not holding myself to that or a certain standard. This for me was a personal goal. It was something that I wanted to do for myself. It wasn't for anybody. It wasn't for anybody else. But when I looked at that, and although some people may not agree with the body mass index, it was just a goal for me because I was like, I just never have been on the chart as a normal weight. So I just want to shoot for it. I just want to go for it. But again, if my body says no, then guess what? We're going to stop. We're just going to maintain.
Vegan does make you feel good and it makes you drop weight quick. So what about for the people who just say, I temporarily want to go vegan. I just want to try it out. Beyonce and Jay-Z tried it out. It worked for them, but then they went back to eating meat again. Like they didn't become full-blown vegans. It was just something that they did. What would you say to those people who just want to test the waters, who just want to try it, who have been eating meat their whole life? They're carnivores. Like they don't have a plate full of vegetables and starch. They have a plate full of meat with a little bit of vegetables and no starch at all. Or maybe a side of starch with no vegetables at all. What about the people who don't even know what a cauliflower is or don't know what an asparagus is? And I want you to think for a second. A lot of us living in our communities live in a food desert. We're not exposed to the eggplants and to the carrots. And I mean the natural, what these things look like in the wild, not the grocery store. So what would you say to that person who's like, listen, I'll test the waters, but it's not for me?
Well, I wouldn't say don't say it's not for you. Test the waters and see how you feel and go based on that. But see, with my program, I offer accountability coaching for people who feel like they might not be able to do it. I check in with them 3 days a week. I make sure you're on target. You ask me your questions. We sit and talk about any of your concerns. We set up a plan for success for you. And that's just what I do. We just come together and try to get people to be able to stick to it. Because I want people to experience the same results. I want people to feel as good as I feel.
So let's talk about your plan a little bit. what is it? Workout buddies. I'm sorry, I'm not on your work. Healthy homies. That's what it is. Healthy homies. How exactly can one get involved with healthy homies, and what does healthy homies do to help them achieve whatever their goals are?
Okay, with Healthy Homies, I offer a free fit camp on Facebook, and that's Healthy Homies Fit Camp. And in there, there's a pinned post that has everything I did, starting from my detox, weeks 1, 2, and 3, and then we try to keep each other encouraged just in that group. Now, I do have a few people who come to me and they want a one-on-one service, so I have that available as well, where we offer, of course, the accountability coaching. I work very closely with a vegan chef, so I do meal plans. I also work with a certified personal trainer. He does workout plans, and they get the whole package, the whole deal. I'm trying to set people up for success. I want to see people win. So.
And I want to win. So, Kira, what exactly would you say to me? So I'm going to be selfish because no one else is occupying these phones. So I'm just going to occupy it myself. How I want to start, Kira, but let me explain to you how much cheese I done ate in the last 48 hours. A lot. My auntie made some strawberry shortcake. We had everything. You know, yesterday was a holiday. When it comes to our holidays, we believe that the more you feed your family, the more you love them. And I'm very loved. So what is the first step that I need to take in order to go from this cheesy diet to this vegan lifestyle?
Well, see, I have a question. I have a questionnaire. Everybody that I work with, because I want to first know how committed you are to changing. Because when you are to a point where you are 100% committed and you're ready.
But vegetables are a lot more expensive, though.
It doesn't matter how much cheese you like. It doesn't matter how much fettuccine you like, stuff like that. So if you are 100% committed, or I don't care if you are 80%, that means I only got to push you just a little 20%. Oh, I got you. And we're going to do this. So it's really where you are. If you're ready, then I'm able to kind of stand behind you or stand beside you and just give you that push that you need to keep going. Because I understand it's hard.
It is. It's not hard. It's difficult.
Hold your hand, or you do need somebody to kind of tell you, this is what you need to do. This is how you do it. Let's work together.
Kira, you're entirely too far from me because I don't need you to hold my hand. I don't need you to send me a tweet on Twitter. I need you to take the cheesecake out of my hand. My uncle makes cheesecake from scratch. My Nana makes cheesecake from scratch. They make some of the best ribs on the planet. And I can't even imagine you know how sometimes you can imagine yourself being Richie Rich and having that slide in your backyard and the 82-inch TV. And I can't even imagine myself not making macaroni and cheese for holidays, not eating and tasting. And I can't even, my commitment level to get small, not even to get small, just to fit my clothes again. That's what I would like. I would like to be able to fit the clothes that I have so I don't have to buy new clothes.
I mean, you've got to want to, I can't do it. I can plant the seed. I can tell you that this is what I did and this is how I did it, and even just give you the tools. But ultimately, this is your journey, and that's what I had to tell myself, because I didn't have a whole bunch of people walking me through this. I had to tell people, like, this is my journey, so I've got to do this for me. I understand that you like the cheese and stuff like that, but when you're ready, you're going to do it. I can only tell people so much. I can give them, I'm willing to give you anything or give it all to you. But if you're not ready to do it, there's nothing that I can do. If you're not ready, or you don't have it in you.
Good question. We have a question coming from Periscope. Do your taste buds, or have your taste buds changed since your diet has altered?
Yes, it has. There's certain sugar and stuff like that. If it has a little sugar and I can taste it, it's super sweet now. I crave water, which was never before. I always wanted sweet tea or lemonade or something like that. So yes, it has.
What about your hair and nails and your skin? What differences have you noticed from becoming a vegan, just in your hair texture, your skin, your ability to heal? What are the things that you have you've noticed alterations, changes for the good or bad?
Well, I've noticed my hair definitely has thickened up or has grown. I have locks, and if you look at my pictures, you can kind of see where my locks were then as to where they are now. So that was a big deal for me. My nails, they grow quick. I didn't really see too much of a big difference in my skin, which I thought that I would, but I haven't seen a huge difference in my skin.
That's that good genes, girl. You got them good genes. There was another question. I think I missed it on Periscope. Send it back, baby, because my memory just forgot that quick. There was another question on Facebook. Did you, when measuring yourself, did you only measure in weight, or did you measure in inches as well?
I wish I would have done inches, but I've only done weight and how my clothes feel.
So just sticking to the pounds and how your clothes fit you. Okay, we have another question coming in. That question is, how do you reward yourself? What do you say? You know, you made your goal this week, or you made your goal this month. When you hit 100 pounds, what was because me personally, I'm just going to be honest. After I hit my goal weight, it's like, all right, who's going to Sizzler with me? Y'all don't know what Sizzler is, huh?
Food. That's the first thing, no. I reward myself with clothes.
Ooh.
I haven't purchased a lot of clothes throughout this journey because I didn't know where I would end up, and I didn't want to keep on buying and buying and buying.
Mm-hmm.
So I was wearing like baggy clothes for a little while. Then I have a little sister. She's 22. She hates me now. Absolutely hates me because I raid her closet. But so she would give me clothes and stuff. But I reward myself with going out and buying me a cute little outfit.
Hey, aw. What kind of sweets? Okay, so I have a sweet tooth. What kind of sweets do you reward yourself with, or just eat on no rewards? Because you say you don't reward yourself with food. So what sweets do you eat, or did you not ever have a sweet tooth?
Oh yeah, I've had a sweet tooth. They have like vegan chocolate chip cookies or vegan oatmeal raisin cookies. Every now and then I may have one of those. But I enjoy fruit now. I really do. Me and my girls, we like strawberries. We cut up strawberries. Of course, our grapes again. We sprinkle a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of raw cane sugar. It is so good. And it'll get that sweet too.
Hold on, lemon juice on strawberries.
I cut my strawberries up. I cut the grapes in half too, and then I just slice a lemon and just squeeze the lemon juice on there with a little bit of raw cane sugar and shake it up. It's good.
Okay, maybe I know that goes back to the grapes and mushrooms. I don't know about that one.
I heard that sound. I was like, wait a minute.
Okay. Baby, I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of your journey. Anybody who can sit here and say, you know, I decided to go vegan. I haven't slipped up once. There have not been, you know, any oops. You know, I wanted to be vegan. So in order to do so, I stayed on course.
Just with the meat. I don't want people to think that, you know, that I was just this perfect whatever. No, it was just with the meat. I never slipped because people asked me that before. Have you cheated and just ate a piece of meat? No, because that would not make me vegan anymore. Now, as far as cheated and like had that vegan oatmeal raisin cookie, just because it's vegan doesn't necessarily mean that it's all that good for you. That cookie is not really good for me. So yes, I cheated that way, but just not with eating any animal products.
See, because you snitched on me, because I would be like, nah, I'm a vegan. Pass me that cookie real quick. Let me get some brownies. Where that cheesecake at?
No. No.
I got you, baby. I'm so proud of you for you to be able to say, this is what I want to do, and to have that willpower and to succeed and see it all the way to the end. Not a lot of us, I'll be transparent. I don't have that willpower. I would love when two or more agree.
Yes, you do. You hold the key. Just remember that. What you say is going to happen is going to happen. Just
that is true. That is so true.
Tomorrow's going to be a good day because I said it's going to be a good day. So you can do this if you say that.
I got to make the decision. It's so okay. And you know what? I have children that hold me accountable. So if I make this decision, and I wish I had some more questions. Are your children vegan? I wish we had more time because I have more questions.
No, my children are not vegan. My oldest daughter, she's the closest to being vegan, although she does eat a little bit of chicken here and seafood, but most of their plate is fruits and veggies.
Last question. How do you prepare meals for non-vegan children while still being able to prepare meals for yourself financially? Because it's perfectly fine. I can cook for me and I can cook for the kids, but how do you cook but yet still juggle financially the ability to because fruits and vegetables are sometimes more expensive than the meat products?
Right. So what I do is I pretty much make meals that can go with both. So I'll do sides. I might have string beans, corn, maybe some type of beans or something like that. And then I'll either have my meat substitute, which would be either my mushrooms or my meatless chicken or something like that. And then I'll have their chicken or whatever. So we'll eat the same sides. Our main dish would just be different.
Okay. All right.
A lot of times they'll even eat what I eat just because.
Good luck to you, baby, because I know Anari and Asaria are not having it. They're going to look at me like, Mommy, what is this and what did you do to our food?
What your children will do if they see you do it. I thought the same thing about my girls. I'm telling you, I thought the same. You will not believe what your children will do when they see you doing it.
Okay. And I'm sorry, one question came in while we were wrapping up. Do you drink alcohol?
Okay, so we're going to talk about that. Yes, I have had a drink or two or three, but I'm very conscious of it, and in the morning I'm jogging, so yes.
Okay, so I hope that answered all the questions. Big City 101.3 FM. Kira, please tell us, how can we find you? How can we link with you? How can we become your motivational buddy? Because some of us need accountability partners. How can we reach out to you? How can we find you? And how can we get one of these hoodies? Because I'm loving this hoodie.
Okay, cool. Well, first and foremost, anybody wants to contact me as far as doing this type of thing, like speaking, you can always call my publicist, which is Nikki Curry. You can reach her at media@nikkicurry.com. As for me, you can contact me at heykira@gmail.com. You can find me on Instagram at heykira, Twitter at heykira, and I have Healthy Homies Fit Camp on Facebook. And as far as those hoodies, if you reach out to me on Facebook, I'll hook you up.
Healthy Homies hoodie. It's amazing.
And yeah, Healthy Homies. Check out the website. It's homies with a Z, of course.
Why wouldn't it be? HealthyHomiesWithAZ.com. Big City 101.3 FM. Baby, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your... No, thank you, because I'm going to try it. I'm going to try. I may not succeed, but there's a post on your Instagram that says that, you can crawl, you can fall, but you can't fail. And I'm
That's right.
I'm going to try this, girl. I'm nervous.
You got it. If you want it bad enough, know that you hold the key. You can do it. Anything, not just with weight loss, anything. So y'all got it.
Thank you so much, baby. I love and appreciate you. I hope you have an awesome day today. Big City 101.3 FM. Waking Up with Tayla Andre, Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 7. I hope you guys enjoyed today. We had an awesome conversation. If you missed today's conversation, please head over to mixcloud.com. TaylaAndre. Shout out to all of the vegans. I have so much more respect for y'all. So much respect. I hope you guys have an awesome day. Big city. No? Y'all don't want to work? That's fine. I love technical difficulties. It just proves how much you got to get your stuff together. There it is.
Stand by on this frequency.
This is the champion dial. Big City 101.3.
Continue standing by.
Copy that.
Way on this, I choose, I put it in the air. Way on this, I choose, I put it in
You know how hard it would be for me to be vegan? Do you know how hard it is for me to lose 2 pounds? Well, once I put my mind to it, actually losing the weight is relatively easy. I start every rising. Every rising, I come in the building with a banana, with an orange, with a plum, with a pear, with some grapes, with some berry-infused water. But as soon as I get home, my ass what? Cheese grits, salmon cakes, eggs and cheese, strawberry infused pancakes. I have a problem. Butter. Butter is a food group. I have butter as a food group. And I gotta start somewhere. I don't think y'all understand. I'm wearing black, so you can't even see it. This belly, it's something serious. Like, I gotta do something about this belly. And all her pictures show her stomach. Lord have mercy. I think I'm gonna take a fat girl picture today. I'm gonna take my before pictures today. I want it. How bad do you want it? I want it. But I be wanting macaroni and cheese more sometimes, though. The shock alone would starve me. I know. This is so serious. I don't think you understand. You do understand. Just, I have Southern roots in me. I'm Cape Verdean. All we eat is a whole bunch of rice and fish and rice and meat and food. And having Southern roots, all I want is some macaroni and cheese. Some candy yams with a whole bunch of butter. What the hell am I supposed to do in my life? How you make vegan candy yams? I'm still not convinced you can make vegan macaroni and cheese. Cashew cheese? The hell is that? That don't even sound real. But I want it. Hold on, let me show you something. Let me be a little transparent here. Look at this. There's a 2-wave there. It's a wave and a wave. I don't want that. I want to dead that immediately. But how when I want food more? How when I want some strawberry blonde from Cold Stones? I be wanting to go have, what's another cheesy recipe that I love? Like cream and cheese and shrimp Alfredo and crab and lobster Alfredo. Like, and I make this shit at home. I don't even have to go nowhere. I can go home and chef it up like I went to culinary school. Is there like a vegan? I should have asked her if there was a vegan dietitian or a vegan chef that can teach us different. I feel defeated. I feel like I want some eggs and cheese. Oh, Lord. And summer's coming up, and I want my summer body, and I haven't even been thinking about practicing or working out or shedding some pounds. And I hate the gym. We need more restaurants that are vegan. In the hood, we need more restaurants, period. We don't have any restaurants. What do we have to choose from? We have pizza, we have subs, and we have freaking Jamaican food with nothing but sauce. You know how much I love sauce? Whew. Saltfish and ackee with sauce. jerk chicken with stewed chicken sauce. Like, I like food. I can't even imagine what my life would be like without meat. I'm going to start my jerk chicken. Exactly. Stewed chicken, jerk chicken. The way that the Spanish people make stewed chicken. So let's just, all right. Today is the day that the Lord has made. Today is March 28th. I am making the decision to put down the meat, pick up the fish. We are getting we're getting nowhere. We are getting somewhere. For those who don't know, I'm currently on Periscope, and I'm Periscoping and YouTubing at the same time. And people are writing in Periscope. You guys can write in YouTube too on the right-hand corner. It should be able to let you. But it's Orthodox Christians 53-day fast. It's been about 15 days and I ain't fasted a damn day. It's been about 2.5 weeks. And I'm going to start fasting. I am. I'm going to start fasting today. I'm going to minimalize my meat by only doing pescatarian, by only doing fish and lobster and crab and seafood, and I can start there. I have cut down my cheese business. I already did that. I got sick recently, and ever since then I haven't been eating that much cheese, but when I do, I binge eat it. So I don't know what that's about. Like, actually, like literally one day, nothing but cheese, and then won't eat it for another week and a half. I don't know really what that is, but I've been feeling some type of way when it came to cheese. I had, I haven't had a steak in like 6 months, 8 months maybe. So the red meat, and I don't eat pork. When it comes to bacon, we do turkey bacons. I hate pork chops. I don't do pork roast. I don't eat pork. The only time I eat pork is when Nana or Uncle Terry makes ribs. The last time Uncle Terry made ribs was last summer. So that was the last time I ate ribs. And Uncle Terry and Nana's ribs are the only ribs that I will eat. And that's the only pork that I will eat. Nobody else can get me to eat pork. So that's easy. That's simple. Red meat. I'm not a fan of beef. Sometimes I do like the whole patalitos thing. I'll make patalitos at home. So that actually is red meat because it's beef. The last time we had patalitos was like 2 months ago. So I do have red meat. Can I make patalitos today and then start tomorrow? Beef of Tennessee. This is horrible. Do you know how much food I have in my refrigerator that I have to eat first before I can go on this fast? How much food in the refrigerator needs to be eaten before I can even think about becoming a vegan? Excuses. I admit it. I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you guys have an awesome day today. Oh, V, I got your text message. I was busy, but I did get your text message, and we can link about that later. Everybody else, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for not judging me and my honesty, transparency as much as I possibly can. 5'3", over 200 pounds. It just fits well, but I would really love to melt away, shed away a good 60 pounds. I'm like a size 14, 16. I hate this honesty. I would love to be a size 8, 10. And I have work to do. And where's Reggie B? Because there is work to do. And I have trainers all in my life. But nobody's going to train your ass if your ass don't want to be trained. And I don't want to be trained. I don't want to be saved. You want to be saved. Not me. I'm good. But I know like these are the things that I need to do in order to live a happy, healthier life. Dilemmas. I love you. I appreciate you. I hope you have an awesome day. Mwah.